In life, nothing is forever. Except for the things that are. Diamonds are forever, Forever 21 is forever, JFK will have forever been shot in the face, AIDS, you see where I'm going. My point is that lots of things are forever. Major historical events will have happened forever. The moon landing, Pearl Harbor, the Holocaust, AIDS, and of course, Joey Victory's Super Smash Bros. Melee Nose tier list. Now, it is a rare occurrence to be able to change one of the core defining moments of human history, and yet here we are. We have the ability, we have that power to change history and to redefine what it means to have a top-tier schnoz. This is Joey Victory's Super Smash Bros. Melee Nose tier list, Part 2. Now, many parts of the old tier list are going to remain intact, but I have received several compelling arguments from viewers as to why certain characters should be placed higher or lower on the list. But before we get into those, there is one minor change I feel I need to make. You see, the beauty of this being Joey Victory's Super Smash Bros. Melee Nose tier list is that I'm Joey Victory, and Joey Victory hates three things: black olives, people that talk in the third person, and most of all, Marth. So with that said, my first update to the Nose tier list is to remove Marth from the C tier and not put him anywhere else in the list. Dash Dance grab your way to the trash, you fuck. Marth has been removed from the list. While I was planning to make this video, I thought it would be an interesting opportunity to try and get some of the top members of the community involved and try to get some of their opinions on the Nose tier list. So I went ahead and sent a message to pretty much every notable member of the community I could find, those that had their DMs open on Twitter at least, and I have to say that not one of them had a single good argument for how or why I should modify the tier list. Not one of them responded either. You see, I'm fairly new to Twitter, and what I thought would be about 26 individual Twitter DMs ended up being a 26-person group chat. A few members of the chat thanked me for the reminder for them to close their DMs. The rest simply left the chat without saying anything. So all in all, I'd say that experiment went over pretty well and only made me cry a little bit. So I don't want to get you guys too excited here. The Weege is lease, and as far as I'm concerned, I've received no debate as to why Luigi should not hold the #1 spot on this list, so that is going to remain intact. I should also note that the majority of these changes will be coming from some extremely well thought out and compelling arguments made by some of my viewers, and the first of those that I would like to discuss is in regards to Peach. Now, we know that at a surface level, Peach is rather low on the Nose tier list. You know, we've got her in the C tier at the moment. Honestly, I think an argument could be made for the D tier, but that was prior to the knowledge that I received in a YouTube comment. When considering noses, it is important to not only look at what's on the face, but also what can be pulled out of the ground. Mr. Saturn, look at that fucking thing. Are you kidding me? The dude doesn't even have room for a mouth. That is all fucking nose. I can't tell where the nose begins and the face ends. Holy shit. Now, Mr. Saturn on his own would make an argument for at least Super Schnoz tier, maybe higher. However, given that this is in context to Peach as the playable character, we'll need to scale that back a bit. Peach will still be making a dramatic climb in the list, moving from the C tier to the A tier of noses. The next character I wanted to discuss was by far the most hotly contested member of the tier list originally, and that is in regards to Ganondorf. Already in the A tier of noses, I felt Ganon was in a perfectly good spot. I think he makes an argument to be at the top of the A tier, but this was not good enough for some people. They felt I was being disrespectful to the master of disrespect himself. However, within these arguments, I have received no contention as to why Ganon should be rated on the same level as the members of the Schnoz categories. Listen, I love Ganon both as a character and as a high-tier nose competitor, and I will give him credit as having the strongest nose in the cast in terms of durability. However, the lack of a mustache, as well as the overall lack of schnozness, has forced my hand, and at least for right now, Ganon will remain where he is on the list. Look, this whole video is about being open to new ideas and new arguments, so if you Ganon fans out there think you're being robbed, let me hear it. But as this is the second time I'm revisiting this, I will need to hear a pretty compelling argument to make a change. The final character I will be discussing in the first revision to Joey Victory's Super Smash Bros. Melee Nose tier list is Kirby. I actually feel the need to apologize for this one, as it was pointed out to be multiple times that I drastically underestimated Kirby's nose game. In the original video, Kirby occupied the E tier with Jigs for the fact that he doesn't have a nose. What I failed to consider, however, is Kirby's inhale. He can steal noses. How did I miss this? I feel ashamed of myself as the proponent of the nose tier list itself. I can't believe I made such a drastic oversight. With this knowledge, Kirby's value in the nose metagame has skyrocketed, most notably from two of his transformations, Falco, and more importantly, Samus. Now, when Kirby inhales Falco, she gets a beak. On its own, this pushes up Kirby to at least the beak tier. However, when you consider Samus an A-tier nose based on the premise, the possibility that the character behind the suit could be one giant, hulking nose, what does this mean for Kirby, who upon transformation assumes Samus's suit, and possibly more? Could this mean that Kirby, previously a member of the second lowest tier on the list, could actually live his dream and become one giant floating nose? We cannot confirm what is behind the suit, but we can also not deny it. That's Schrodinger's nose. For this reason, Kirby will make the largest jump on the list, moving from the E tier to the A tier of noses. Ladies and gentlemen, what a ride it has been to think of our humble beginnings in the first video, just some kids having fun, to where we are now, pushing the nose metagame to its absolute limits in the hopes that someday we will achieve perfection and reach the pinnacle of nose gameplay, 20 schnoz schnoz. As always, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.